All good, man. What's the crack with you?
Listen, I couldn't be better talking to you at the moment.
You're living the dream.
I am living the absolute dream from intervening on your TikTok lives and spraying absolute crap in your comments to now being here one on one. This can't get better today. Really, it can't.
You're giving me a big head there now. I have a big head already, but you're making it bigger.
But if we're going to get into it, obviously San Francisco, a huge fight, an all Irish fight in San Francisco. How's training been going? Obviously in the matchroom gym. How's it been going in America?
It's flying. I got here Tuesday last week, and sparring is going good. Training is going good. Everything's great. I can't complain. I'm loving it here. I'm loving the training, and good to be back in camp and back into the back suffering.
What do you mean in the way of suffering? Just going through like an 8-week camp, or is it an 8-week camp or a 6-week or?
It'll be about six and a half weeks by the time fight night comes.
Okay, all right. Just one thing on fight night. Do you keep that hair slicked well when you're?
I try my best.
But like obviously a title, your first title to add to 7-0. How's the journey been so far? Going over from amateur and turning over to professional from your first fight to now. How's it all been?
It's been fairly mad, but it's been a good one. 7 fights in the last year and a bit. So I've been busy, and this year is going to be no different. I'm going to be busy again this year, stepping up the 8 rounds now for the next one. We'll do a couple of 8 rounders, then up to 10 rounders by the end of the year, hopefully, and more titles, more big fights, and big nights in Cork, in America, all over America, and yeah, it's been a good one. It's been a good journey so far.
I've asked the 3 Cork boys, Spike, yourself. I'm going to ask yourself now, and I've asked Callum Walsh. A Cork card, will it be on the eyes, and could it happen? Is there a chance of that happening?
There is a chance of it happening, but there's so many of us now at this stage. It'll be hard to get a full card of us, but it will be unreal. There's myself, there's Callum, Paul Crowley, Stephen Cairns, Spike, Danny Keaton. That's six on the card.
6, yeah.
6 or 7, but it would be a belter of a card. But hopefully it does happen. But I'd say it's probably wishful thinking.
Like in terms of like fights that could be made, would there be anyone that you'd be looking for since a Cork card in Ireland? Would the likes of maybe McCormack, Danny Boyle, in around that division? Do you think anyone that you'd like to face up to against if there was a Cork card?
As a boxer, I'd fight anyone, but I think Graham McCormack is down in middleweight now again, and Danny Boyle. I'm not sure what weight Danny Boyle is, but to be honest, I'd fight anyone. All eyes are on Craig McCarthy first in 5 weeks' time for the Celtic title, and then after that we'll think about what's next then.
Have you matched up Craig McCarthy at all? Have you seen any tape of him? Have you ever had any interaction? Obviously, you know what he's kind of like. Or have you seen any sparring clips at all? So you know what the style is going into that fight.
I've met Craig a couple of times, and we've always been very respectful to each other. He seems like a nice fella, and there's no bad blood. But at the end of the day, we're both going in to fight each other. We're both going in to hurt each other, and yeah, that's it really. It's boxing. Do you know what I mean? It's a gentleman's sport. We'll be gentlemen after it again, but while we're in the ring, there'll be while we're in the ring, there'll be violence.
Game is game. It'll be fair game, basically. Is that what you're trying to say? It'll be fair game when it gets.
Yeah, there'll be violence when we're in the ring, but afterwards it'll be all respectful.
Can you tell me how this fight was signed in, and how this fight come about? With 2 Irish lads, was there any talk between 2 teams, or was it a gentleman's handshake agreement, or how did this come into?
It was fairly simple, to be honest. My dad was doing the matchmaking for this fight, and he was looking for. So it was obviously I'm fighting on St. Patrick's weekend, so he was thinking maybe an Irish fella, and then he looked at and Craig McCarthy 10-1 is his record, a very good record. So it's a good step up in paper for me. He's Celtic champion, so he said, "Would you fight Craig McCarthy?" And then about 24 hours later, the fight was made. Neil Power is managing Craig, and we've dealt with Neil when I fought in Waterford in April last year, and he's been a pleasure to work with. So this has been no different. And as I said, I know Craig. I've met him a couple of times, so I know it. As a boxer, you'll fight anyone. Do you know what I mean? So it's it was easy enough to make the fight.
In terms of 24 hours, does that mean that like contracts were sent over and they were signed within 24 hours, or the talk of it was made and then the contracts were sent over?
To be honest, I left my dad do the dealings with all
Okay.
that. So he asked me, say it was on a Wednesday, he asked me, what about Craig McCarthy? And on the Thursday, you're fighting Craig McCarthy. So it was
Wow.
as simple as that.
Wow. Was it a phone call? Was it a one-to-one person and he just told you there and then, or how'd you get the news?
I think it was only an all. He slipped into Neil Power's DMs and made the fight.
Well, going into the Instagram DMs, would you fight me son here, Sam?
No, but it was as simple as that. You know what I mean? It's a good fight to make. It makes sense for both of us. Craig wants to get the fight, wants to fight in San Francisco, or in America for his first time. It'll be my first fight in San Francisco on a big St. Patrick's weekend show, for the Celtic title as well, in front of a big Irish crowd as well. So it just makes sense for all of us.
In terms of, obviously, social media, you're doing very well at the moment. We see in the future darts champion, maybe after boxing with yourself and after yourself and the man from Kilkenny. Has there been any new fans that you've joined in at all from TikTok that have started to watch it up through your fights?
Yeah, like I get noticed a lot more when I'm walking around Cork and stuff, which is nice. But at the end of the day, I'm a boxer, so I just want to fight and stuff like that. I suppose in this day and age, you have to kind of have a social media presence and all that. So I'm just kind of building that slowly but surely all the time, and it is growing. It's a bit of work though. Do you know what I mean? You're trying to think of things to do and what people want to see and stuff like that. But it's all enjoyable.
Well, do you think with the professional boxer nowadays that social media is vital to drive them and to get that bit more of sponsorship and to try and get that bit more of a recognition, if you get me, in a way to put eyes on themselves?
100%. It's everything is about social media now. I'm not comparing myself to Jake Paul, but you look at the pull he has with boxing over his social media presence. But like people are complaining about, oh, Jake Paul is doing this and he's doing that. But if we had the social media presence he had, we'd be able to do it too. So let's try get it. I don't think I'll ever get to that social media presence, but at the same time, I believe
you could.
Yeah. Thank you. I believe in it too.
In terms of, obviously, like Jake Paul and all that, what do you think about all that influencer boxing kind of stuff?
You just have to take it for what it is. They're going in. They're putting a lot of work in. To be fair, they're training properly. They're training like pros. Probably they're not as good as professional boxers, but at the same time, they're going in there and they're risking their own health. Boxing's not an easy sport. It's tough to get in between the ropes. It's tough to go in and have a fight like that, what they're doing. And they don't have to do it. They have a lot of money and stuff like that. But in fairness to them, you just have to take it for what it is. It is a bit of a circus at times, but they're doing their best.
Has there been any influencer boxers that you've seen or have trained with even at all out there in San Fran? Obviously, a big gym. People, I've heard Conor Benn is dropped into the gym. I heard a few others have dropped into the gym. If that's correct.
Yeah, I think Devin Haney was in there the other day before we came in. Yeah. But last year, Tristan Ham, he just made his debut on the Misfits, I think. Yeah. Recently, he had a big knockout. He was training with us for a couple of months. So he was putting in the work. He's a strong buck. So other than that, I haven't met any of the other ones, I don't think. Not that I can think of anyway.
Being in the Matchroom gym, would a fight on that sort of stage, would that ever be something that has that been approached? First of all, has anything like that been talked about? And second of all, obviously, a fight of that magnitude, would Tommy Hyde be able to be a part of that hopefully soon?
Of course. I'm building my own aim all the time. 7-0, as you said. I've had a busy year. I've only been pro just over a year, so 7 fights in that amount of time is good going, to be, if I do say so myself. Yeah. But I'm moving on to title fights now, and at the end of this year I could be fighting on Matchroom shows, top rank shows, whoever it is. Just keep building my name. That's all it is at the minute. One fight at a time, and keep improving in the camps, out of the camps, and yeah, that's all it is to it, really. It's that simple.
It's simple like that. And listen, obviously, as I said, I full belief, and your fans as well, for full belief that we could see it, and I'd love to see it myself personally. But Tommy, as always, thank you so much. I know I've been heckling you for weeks to try and get this done, from your TikTok lives to your comment section, back to the TikTok lives. But genuinely, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to get this interview done. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, Matt, and thanks to yourself, Johnny and Joe, for all the work you do for Irish
And
boxing.
Sam,
And Sam, Jesus, and Sam. There's so much. There's so much. There's so much websites in Ireland now that are doing so much for boxing. Boxing Bants Ireland, and all tickets and all things boxing Northern Ireland. It's unreal, and it doesn't go unnoticed. It means a lot to us Irish boxers too.
No bother, Tommy. Thank you so much.
Cheers, bud.